Hey, Colin Teske here with Senior Market Solutions, and today we're going to talk about Medicare Supplement Plan N. Stay tuned. Alright, so let's talk about Plan N. You may have heard of Plan F and Plan G as being very popular plans, but Plan N is increasing in popularity, so I think it's important for you to know about it. Let's pull up the chart here. And as we get into this, I want you to know that there are two important unknowns that make a Medicare Supplement Plan N more of a risk. And so let's talk about them. First, you've got Plan F. For a long time, this has been the most popular plan as it provides the most coverage for the cost that Medicare would ask you to pay. So see those here, co-insurances, deductibles, co-payments, all of that. Plan F covers them all. And Plan G is like it, however, Plan G does not cover the Part B deductible. And so Plan G is essentially, you have low risk for out-of-pocket costs because the Part B deductible is set at $183 this year. And so you know that the most you're going to pay out of pocket with a Plan G is the $183 deductible. However, because of that, you're essentially paying the first portion of your costs, and so your premium is going to be less. Now, Plan N, we'll see that way over here on the right, is similar to the Plan G, and the first difference we'll talk about here from Plan F is, again, Plan N does not cover the Part B deductible. So that's going to be your first cost that you'll have to know with a Plan N is the $183 annual deductible. Now, the two big unknowns that are built into the Plan N. First, you'll see it up here, the Part B co-insurance co-payment. And what this is this requires you to pay up to $20 per office visit and up to $50 per emergency room trip. So, as you can see, that is an unknown because how many times are you going to visit a doctor's office this next year? How many times are you going to be in an emergency room? Obviously I hope none. I hope zero. I hope you have a great year and you never have to see a doctor or emergency room, but that's just not the reality. So when you choose a Plan N, you need to understand that that is the first, again, unknown amount that you are accepting financial responsibility for. So you could make 5 trips to the doctor's office and you're going to have have that cost added on. Secondly, look down here. Medicare Part B excess charge. Plan G covers that. You can see that here. But Plan N does not. And what that is, I've got the official explanation for Medicare here. It says, if you have original Medicare and the amount a doctor or healthcare provider is legally permitted to charge is higher than the Medicare approved amount, the difference is called the excess charge. And I'll throw that up on the screen here. So what that means is when you go to the doctor or any healthcare facility and they file the cost of Medicare, Medicare approves how much they're going to pay for that. And if the amount is more than what Medicare approves, if you're charged more than that, that excess amount is then passed on to you. And so that's another big unknown. Now, a lot of times, the healthcare provider and Medicare agree on an approved amount, and so there's no excess amount. But with Plan N, you are agreeing to take on that cost. And so with the Medicare Part B co-insurance, that $20 office visit, $50 emergency room, and then the Part B excess charges cost, those are two big unknowns that you need to take on when you assume a Plan N. Now the reality is, taking on those unknowns means that is less that the insurance company has to pay on your behalf, and so the premium is better. That is a reality. A Plan N is going to have a lower premium in most cases than a Plan G. But is it worth it? That's really the question you need to ask yourself. Many people, and especially when 2020 comes and you won't be able to even buy a Plan F, but many people think that assuming the $183 cost of a Plan G, so that $183 deductible versus a Plan F is worth that risk. You'll get a lower premium with a Plan G, and sometimes significantly lower over a Plan F, and your only added cost is the $183 deductible. Now, moving to a Plan N, is the premium savings worth the copayment and the excess charges cost? That's what you have to ask yourself. And when you shop around and the prices vary from state to state and company to company, as you consider those things, that is the most important question. Is the slight savings worth the risk you're taking on? Maybe. If your area has new Plan N rates and you can see, pretty extensive savings and premiums, then maybe it is worth it. The point is, with a Plan N, you're taking on more risk and more potential costs for your health care. And so, for most people, I'd probably recommend the Plan G. You get that safe, known amount of $183 a year max deductible out of pocket. On the other hand, if you're in good health, if you don't see a doctor and you expect to continue that way, then maybe a Plan N risk is worth it, because then you save on the premiums. I can't make that decision for you. No insurance agent should. Anybody that tells you that there is one plan that's perfect for everybody is just simply not being true. And so shop them, educate yourself, assume the risk if you want to, and keep some money in your pocket each month, or don't. Or go all the way to the Plan F while you still can and get the most coverage for the most money per month, and take advantage of that coverage if you want. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but if you want help making decisions here, give us a call, check out more videos. We're here to help. So check out the website. You'll see the link here. Give us a call, the number listed below, and we'll talk to you soon.